Hi, everybody. This is just another check-in video. We'll talk about some things you need to know for math class today. In the meantime, we have some substitute teachers that wanted to say hi to you. Can you say hi? Hi. This is Sunny, and this is Rosie. Can you say hi? They're learning lots of stuff. Learning lots of stuff, and they hope you are too. You need the special glasses. There we go. Our stunner shades. So hopefully you guys are getting outside and playing with your toys just like these guys. And stay tuned for some important reminders for the week. Okay guys, so we're going to pick up with our assignment from day one. We're just going to go over the doc that you guys submitted. Thank you for taking the time to do that. You guys were really on top of things and I was really happy to see what you worked on. So we're just going to go over a couple things that I saw as a group. Sometimes I did make, I think that's up there. Sometimes I did make private comments, guys. If I didn't, you might get one in the future. But if I saw something, you know, in your work, I can highlight it and send you a private comment. It should send you an email when I do one of those. So if you're checking that regularly and you see a comment, go ahead and check that out. If not, you may see one of those down the road. You can comment back to me also. So if you have a question on something within the doc, you can highlight it and insert a question and it'll let me know as well. So we're just going to go over a couple things that I saw. I will return this to you guys on Google Classroom so that you'll be able to see what you turned into me. You'll get ownership of that document back. So you can kind of look at what you had and what we talk about here just to check over your answers. We will be doing some more things with expression. So this was just kind of the start of one of our reviews. And it does go with when we pick back up with chapter 13. Okay, so number 1, k plus 7k plus k plus k plus k plus k. And if you guys remember our silly stories, this is something like that. So if you had a kangaroo plus 7 more kangaroos plus blah, blah, blah. So we get 12k when we add up all those ones that should be coefficients or understood to be coefficients in front of all those individual k's. So we have 7 of them. We know that's multiplication in between the 7 and the k. And then we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them, so 12k. 10p minus 6p, so 10 potato chips minus 6 potato chips gives us 4 potato chips, so 4p. And these are all just so far simplifying expressions only using the idea of like terms. So in other words, terms, combinations of letters and numbers, coefficients, variables, and constants that have to have the same variable and the same degree of the variable as each other. Number 3, a little bit trickier. So we have to put together our x's and we get negative 10x because this minus sign goes with, trying to highlight that here, goes with the 10x, so minus 10x. And then over here we have plus 10x, so that cancels out. And then in the middle we have plus 4x. So in our final simplified expression we have 4x, and then we have 9 and plus 10, so 4x plus 19. And this is something where it might help to do your writing or your text in different colors to help kind of show your like terms like we have up there. Okay, I gotta figure out how to scroll down here. Then we get into reviewing the distributive property, which we know is important for helping us get all of our like terms out there so that we can simplify those expressions. We remember distribute means to give out whatever is in front of the parentheses to everything inside the parentheses. And we know that in math, as we've said a lot this year, when things are next to each other, it means multiplication. So we're going to take what's outside and multiply by each term inside. And I hope you guys aren't skipping over like the notes. We're taking, you know, definitely a lot of consideration into which videos, which screenshots, things like that. So do read those over before you complete the activity. And down here, looks like we did pretty well with this. We should get something like 4 times x, 4 times 6, so 4x plus 24. We want to pay attention to our subtraction sign, so this one becomes 8c minus 40, 8 times c, 8 times 5, 14y plus 56, 9e minus 36, they're all pretty straightforward. And then the last question, we have to make sure we distribute the 7 with the 3 and get 21. the 7 with the x, 7x, and the 7 with the 428. And then we can put those terms together even more. So going from 3 terms to 2 terms, we can put those two constants together and get 7x plus 49. And we remember it's just good algebra to put the variable term first. There's nothing incorrect though if you put 49 plus 7x, and we know that because of commutative property. Okay, so let's look down here. Now your last question, a little bit more of a challenge. You had to do distributive property and then put your terms together. Okay, so we ended up with 4 times A, 4 times B, and 4 times C, so 4A, 4B, and 4C. We then have to pay attention to this minus 2B plus 12 plus C. So I use different colors to show 4A is going to stay 4A. There's nothing else that goes with that. No other teammates like in our video. And then we have plus 4B. So you have 4 bananas and you eat 2 bananas minus 2. That sign really matters for how we combine our terms. So that's going to be 4 minus 2 is 2. So plus 2B. If you miss that, you might put something like plus 6B, but it's important that we take away 2 from the coefficient. And then we have, so this is an example of what I just said, plus 4C and plus another C. We know that's the same as 1C, so 4 plus 1, 5C. And then we have our constant over here, plus 12, and there's nothing that goes with that either. So our simplified expression is 4A plus 2B plus 5C plus 12. And that's it. There's nothing else that we can put together. It doesn't have to become one mega term. It's just those 4 terms as is. Okay, so that kind of wraps up what we were doing there. We will pick back up with expressions on today, Friday, your second day of virtual learning. So I hope you guys are taking some time to do a little schoolwork each day, but also taking time to do the fun stuff. You're getting outside, maybe you're reading a good book, hopefully not too much time on Insta chat and Snapgram and whatever it is that you folks call it these days. So please feel free to send me an email, anything. If you guys have a question, I'm absolutely here for you during the day. We can get on the same doc. We can, email back and forth if you have a question, and we can go from there. So keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing what you guys send me. And now I have to figure out how to turn this off.